Ray reached for another plate. Lucas' hand caught his wrist lightly before he did, enough to stop him. Ray looked at him. Lucas didn't say anything. He just pulled him a fraction closer. The kiss was brief, just enough to settle something that had already been there. This is where nights don't end. Chapter 6. The night it meant. Ray leaned back. The heat already settled in. Sungil sat forward with his elbows on his thigh, head lowered just enough to show he hadn't let the night go. Jiho, with one knee turned outward, his attention moving back and forth, like he was waiting for someone to say it first before he did. He didn't wait long.
What happened with you two?
Sungil exhaled.
I told him not to drink.
Jiho glanced at him.
It's a club.
The reaction immediate. Ray turned his head slightly, his gaze landing on Jiho. Sungil dragged a hand down his face.
It's not just the drink.
So you're into him. Then what's the problem? In bed, it's still not working.
Not working? Man, if that was me, I'd pull my pants up and walk out mid.
Sungil let out a quiet huff.
Show him how you want it. Tell him straight. He'll either meet you there or he won't.
Sungil let that sit.
That was the plan tonight.
Jiho turned his head toward Ray.
And you? What's going on with you?
Ray didn't move.
Don't do that here. We're not at the table.
Jiho leaned forward, not letting it slide this time. Ray exhaled.
When I got back, you were just sitting there alone.
I ended it with Do-yoon.
There wasn't much there to end.
I'm not talking about Do-jun. I'm asking about Lucas.
Lucas?
Sungil turned toward Ray immediately, the reaction sharp now that it was named.
You think I didn't see it?
Jiho didn't ease off. Ray glanced at him, but didn't answer. Jiho continued.
You don't look at someone for no reason.
Sungil shifted closer.
Since when? It's not like that.
Jiho laughed.
Yes, it is.
Sungil watched Ray more closely now.
Shit, I thought I was in drama. What did I miss?
Jiho leaned back a fraction.
So what is it?
Ray looked at him this time, not avoiding it. Sungil shifted slightly, the edge gone now that it was clear what they were actually talking about.
At least make it interesting.
Ray leaned his head back against the wood. The heat held, softening the edges of whatever he said next. As Sungil leaned in slightly, and Jiho tilted his head to catch it, the three of them settling into the way they always did. The door opened behind them, and someone stepped in, cooler air slipping through the room for a moment. But none of them looked over, their attention staying where it was, as their voices continued. Steam clung to the mirrors after the showers. Ray stepped back to his locker, towel low at his waist, water still tracing down his shoulders. Sungil was already there, pulling a shirt over his head, while Jiho stood off to the side. Ray unlocked his phone.
You with Daniel?
The reply came a moment later from Lucas.
No. Why?
Ray's thumb paused once.
I'm with Sungil at Itaewon Sauna. Think he should come by.
I'll check on Daniel.
Ray locked the screen and set the phone down like that was enough. By the time he was dressed, Sungil was still working a towel through his hair.
You feeling better now?
Jiho looked up, glancing between them. Sungil shrugged, pulling his shirt down properly.
Much better.
Jiho nodded once, like that tracked.
You guys still drink these? Get me one. What about you, Jiho?
I'm watching my diet.
Jiho shook his head. Ray let out a small laugh as he pressed the button, then another, the machine humming before dropping the banana milk one by one. Jiho watched them amused. Ray pushed the straw through the top and took a drink. They drifted toward the low table near the vending machine. Sungil leaned back against the edge, one foot hooked lightly under the table. He glanced between them, something lighter breaking through.
You guys are my family.
Don't start.
Jiho didn't even let it land. Ray let out a quiet breath, the corner of his mouth lifting.
I turned down a guy for you two tonight. So you both owe me. Big time.
Jiho watched them for a second.
All right. What do you want?
Sungil shifted his weight, watching Jiho.
You just take care of Daniel.
This weekend, I'll plan something.
Ray cut in. Sungil tilted his head.
The three of us.
Ray looked at him like that should have been obvious.
We better not.
But Jiho cut in immediately, shaking his head. Sungil frowned.
Why?
Because it never ends with just the three of us. So true. Never.
Three stepped out. Jiho moved first, like he always did, already adjusting his pace to the street. Just off to the side, near the edge of the sidewalk, two figures stood angled toward each other. Danielle and Lucas. Sungil slowed first. Danielle noticed him before the others, his attention lifting cleanly, his body already turning. Lucas followed a second later. Ray stopped a few steps short. Jiho didn't.
Perfect. I'm off.
He glanced once between them.
Where are you going?
Somewhere that doesn't involve relationship counseling.
Jiho shrugged, already stepping past them.
I'm sorry.
Daniel stepped forward, his hand landing briefly at Sungil's arm. Before pulling him in, Sungil returned it just as easily. On the other side, Ray looked at Lucas.
I didn't expect you here.
Lucas held his gaze.
You asked.
Ray nodded once.
You want to walk?
He tilted his head slightly toward the street. Lucas shifted, stepping in the direction Ray had already chosen. Behind them, Sungil and Daniel stayed close as they moved the opposite way. Ray turned into the side street with Lucas beside him, the choice already made between them.
You didn't have to set that up. It's easier that way.
Lucas glanced at him once. Ray looked ahead.
Was that all? No.
Lucas held that for a beat, satisfied enough. They kept walking. Behind them, on the opposite stretch of road, Sungil and Daniel drifted toward the darker side of the block. Daniel slowed first, then stopped, his hand catching at Sungil's wrist and turning him toward the wall beside a shuttered storefront. Sungil went with it, his back meeting the wall, the space between them closing. Daniel leaned in. The kiss landed hard. One hand braced beside Sungil's shoulder. People passed along the far edge of the pavement, a couple of glances turning and then moving on.
My place? Yeah.
Ray and Lucas reached the edge of the intersection. They stepped into the light together, the pace picking back up as the street folded them in, the night continuing without needing anything else from it. Ray's phone lit up on the counter.
You need anything?
Ray glanced at it, then typed back.
I'm good.
Ray set the phone down, reaching for the stack of plates. Sungil stood near the entrance of Daniel's place, one hand adjusting the cuff of his sleeve.
Hold still.
He fixed the line of Sungil's collar, smoothing it once. Sungil led him. Daniel finished what he was doing before stepping back a fraction.
Better.
Sungil huffed. Jiho stood in front of the mirror, a facial mask sat cleanly across his face, one hand adjusting the edge near his cheek as he checked the reflection. His phone sat just within reach. He glanced at it, then picked it up long enough to scroll once before setting it back down. Lucas stood at the flower shop. He looked over the arrangements in front of him.
Something specific?
The florist asked.
That one.
Lucas shook his head, already decided. The doorbell rang. Jiho was already leaning slightly against the frame outside, one hand in his pocket, the other holding his phone.
You're early?
Ray opened the door,
First time for everything.
glancing around the space as he moved further in.
Not bad.
Jiho took in the setup, the table, the drinks, the way everything was already in place. Ray shook his head slightly,
You want something?
turning back toward the kitchen.
Surprise me.
Jiho followed a step behind. Ray reached for a glass, pouring without asking further, setting it down within reach. Jiho picked it up,
You good?
taking a small sip before glancing back toward the table again.
I'm fine.
Jiho let that sit for a second. Ray glanced at him.
Don't start.
Jiho let out a short breath.
I'm not starting anything. Just making sure you don't.
He set the glass down, shifting his weight. Ray didn't answer that.
I'll use the bathroom.
Jiho looked around once more, then pushed off the counter. He headed down the short hallway. The bathroom light clicked on. He stepped in, glancing once at himself in the mirror. Something caught his eye. A bracelet, resting near the corner of the sink. Jiho picked it up, turning it once between his fingers. A brief image flickered, a hand pulling away, something slipping loose and gone.
Hey?
Ray didn't answer immediately, but a second later he stepped into the doorway.
What?
Where did you get this?
Jiho lifted the bracelet slightly. Ray looked at it,
Bali.
then back at Jiho.
You know Min Jae?
Jiho held it there for another second.
Do-yoon's friend?
Yeah.
Ray shook his head once.
Not really.
Sorry, bro. Shouldn't have brought him up.
Ray didn't answer. Jiho turned the tap, rinsing his hands. He dried them, then stepped past Ray back into the apartment, like nothing had shifted. The doorbell rang again.
Something smells good.
Sauna said as he stepped in. Daniel followed a second later, his hand brushing lightly at Sungil's back as he passed.
Get your butt here and help. Grab the plates.
All right.
Sungil moved straight toward the kitchen.
Over there.
Jiho pointed toward the counter. Sungil rolled his eyes, but reached for the stack anyway, passing one across to Daniel. Ray moved between them and the table, picking things up, settling them down. The doorbell rang again. Lucas stood outside, one hand at his side, the other holding a small wrapped bundle.
I didn't know what you liked.
Ray looked at it for a second,
You didn't have to.
then back at him. Lucas gave a small shrug, then stepped in, his hand coming up briefly at Ray's shoulder in a light greeting. Ray stepped aside to let him in. Jiho saw it, his gaze moving once between them. Sungil caught it a second later, the corner of his mouth lifting briefly before he looked away. Lucas set the flower near the edge of the counter.
Where's the vase?
Sungil slowed just enough to reach for the bundle, glancing toward Ray.
Second shelf. Bottom cabinet.
Sungil nodded once and turned toward the sink, setting the wrapping aside before opening the cabinet and pulling out a glass vase. He ran a bit of water into it, then placed the flowers in and turned them once, checking how they sat.
Drinks?
Daniel looked up as Lucas stepped closer. Sungil carried the vase over, setting it near the center of the table. Jiho straightened slightly and looked over at the food.
I'm starving, guys.
Sungil glanced at him.
I thought you were watching your diet. Shut up.
Jiho said as he pulled out a chair. Ray glanced once around the table, then sat. Dinner finished in pieces, plates left where they landed. Sungil leaned back first, one arm wrestling along the back of his chair, Daniel close beside him. Across from them,
There was this guy I met a few weeks ago.
Jiho looked at his drink,
I think he's playing my game.
like he had just remembered.
That sounds like a problem.
Sungil glanced at him.
He just snatched a guy right in front of me.
Jiho shook his head. Ray looked at him.
In front of you?
He didn't even look at me.
Jiho lifted his glass, a small, easy motion.
And?
Daniel glanced over. Jiho let a breath out, half a laugh.
And now I'm curious.
You're always curious.
Sungil smirked. Jiho tilted his head.
Maybe I'm getting old?
Everyone laughed. The conversation folded back into smaller things after that. At some point, the table began to clear. Plates and glasses gathered. Sungil pushed his chair back and reached for the first stack. Ray was already up, stepping in before he could carry them off.
Leave it. You've done enough.
Sungil dropped back into his chair, reaching for his drink instead. Ray carried the plates into the kitchen. Water ran. Plates shifted from one hand to the other, the space narrowing, the rhythm of it steady. Ray reached for another plate. Lucas' hand caught his wrist lightly before he did. Enough to stop him. Ray looked at him. Lucas didn't say anything. He just pulled him a fraction closer. The kiss was brief, just enough to settle something that had already been there. From the other side, Jiho saw it. Sungil leaned forward, glancing between them like he had been waiting for a moment to cut in.
We should take a photo.
He said.
All of us.
Jiho glanced over.
Now? Why not? Hey, you two, come. Photo time.
They gathered, Daniel stepping in beside him. Jiho adjusted his position slightly, and Lucas settled near Ray.
Everyone in?
Angling the phone.
Just take it.
Jiho said. Sungil lifted it, then lowered it slightly. He looked between Ray and Lucas.
No, wait, hold on. You two? Closer. Oh, come on. Everyone here knows you guys kissed in the kitchen.
Ray shifted just enough, closing the gap. Lucas matched it. Sungil nodded, satisfied. He lifted the phone again. A soft click. He checked it once, then turned the phone toward Daniel.
Babe, can you take a photo of us?
Daniel took it without comment.
Jiho, Ray, come here.
Jiho groaned under his breath, stepping in beside Ray while Sungil shifted closer.
Ready? Just take it!
Jiho said again. Another click. That was enough.
All right. Enough of this. We going to the club or what?
Jiho stepped back first. He glanced toward the door, already reaching for his jacket. Sungil laughed. Daniel fell in beside him, their shoulders brushing as they moved.
You two coming?
He called back.
Yeah.
Ray nodded once. Jiho grinned.
Don't take too long.
Ray reached for his jacket. Lucas waited. They stepped out together, the door closing behind them as the night folded back in. Lucas' hand found Ray's. Ray's fingers closed around his. Some moments didn't need to be held in place once they began. Some choices didn't wait to be explained.
I love you. I love you too.
Sungil stopped holding things back, meeting them where they stood instead of waiting for them to change. Daniel didn't hesitate this time, closing the distance without needing to question it. Jiho kept it light, but saw more than he let on, letting things settle without pulling them apart. Lucas didn't wait, stepping in without asking, holding what was already there, and Ray didn't adjust to it, choosing instead to stay where it led. By the end, nothing had been said, but something had already been decided. Somewhere else, the room was dim. Minjae lay half asleep on his side, the sheets pulled low, one arm tucked beneath his head. Beside the bed, Ryan stood for a moment, looking down at his phone, typed.
Hi, it's Ryan. Remember me?
He watched the screen for a second, then set the phone down. This brings you the full story of Where Nights Don't End. It exists in the same universe as Same Name Wrong Bag, following Ray after his time in Bali. If you'd like to experience the story before this, you can find Same Name Wrong Bag in the description. And Ryan's story? It will unfold soon.
Do-yoon here. Didn't expect the attention, but looks like I'm getting my own story. Right on time. New neighbor.
YouTube membership is now open. Behind the closed door is a paid space with early access to stories before they are released. I've also been sharing behind-the-scenes thoughts, character layers, and extra writing over on Substack. By alexo.substack.com. You'll find the links in the description if you'd like to check it out. I love to see you guys there. Thank you.